Perfect. A very good morning to each and every one of you that has taken the extra time to come today. And I think we all have joined in today to get a little more information. So, whatever we do, we always want an extra information. So, today's sharing and whatever that we're going to speak, I hope that it gives you more information to learn more about water. So, my name is Akanksha. So, I am actually a chartered management accountant, and I have been working with my father, Dr. Prabhu, for the last 6 years. So, a little more about Dr. Prabhu is he's been a doctor for the last 32 years. Okay, first being the doctor. Next, if we go into what actually he has done, is that he is an ENT surgeon. So he checks the ear, nose, and throat. So after that, he came to Malaysia about 20 years back, and our entire family settled in Malaysia. So that's when we looked into a company called Golden Hands. So what is Golden Hands and what exactly do we do? So in Golden Hands, we were looking at the preventive healthcare industry. So we all know that, doctors usually look at diseases, but here we wanted to be a little different. So we said, okay, what different can we do? So that's where we went into the preventive healthcare industry. We said, okay, let's see what is it that we have to do to prevent diseases before it sets in. So, with regards to that, Dr. Prabhu is one of the very few doctors in the world who has a diploma in epigenetics. So, this was something he recently got. Apart from that, he's a biovibes analyst. Now, what is biovibes? So, you would have heard something called as Reiki, Tai Chi, or it is very common in Chinese to have a speak about energy and how important energy is. So with regards to that, Dr. Prabhu did a research with regards to the brain waves and your energy fields. So this was a niche market for us, and we didn't have many people doing this research. He's one of the first person to document over 10,000 people's energy fields. I think now it's more than about 20,000 people. So after that, he has been someone who has always been looking at new things, new innovations, what is new. So after that, he went into hair root analysis. Hair root analysis is with regards to something called as epigenetics. So I will touch upon epigenetics shortly. Apart from that, microcirculation. So if you have all heard about terahertz water, we do something called as the live cell analysis, wherein you can put one drop of blood on the microscope and you can see your live blood cells. So microcirculation is very similar to that, and you're able to identify many diseases at the cellular level. And live cell analysis is also almost the same thing. So then after that, we were doing something called as bioresonance analysis, which is also with regards to what is that, your cellular level, the cellular health. And finally, he's also the member of the European Wellness Academy. So the European Wellness Academy is doing stem cell therapy. So he was associated with European Wellness for more than 15 years now. So all of this that is mentioned here is basically looking at the cellular level of your health. We don't look at the organ level. Usually when you go to a normal doctor, they look at the organ level. This is a third stage. All right. So what we thought, I think, what difference can we do when we look at the first stage? Now, when we are talking about epigenetics, this is something very, very important for us to understand today. The meaning of epigenetics is basically a layer above your DNA. All right. So we are talking about the cellular level, and epigenetics is a layer above the DNA covering your DNA. So what is happening is that we all understand that DNA is something that we get from our parents. As Angie mentioned before, she was talking about cholesterol and high cholesterol. All of that is there in the DNA. Why? Because our parents have it. So when we're talking about epigenetics is one more layer on top of the DNA, which allows the information in the DNA to be read in the manner that it has to be read. So what happens is that epigenetics is about 800 different factors. So when we are talking about 800 different factors, we can talk about the air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, the lifestyle that we have. So the list is endless, all right? And all of these small, small factors affect the way that the DNA is read. And we don't understand how important this is. So if the DNA is being read that, the disease has to be triggered to show, that means that you will start showing symptoms. All right. So now, why do you think that you have to look into epigenetics? Because this is the future, and this is what we feel is the future of medicine. So when we are looking at changing the epigenetic factors, so we look at vitamins in the body, we look at amino acids, we look at how much of toxins is there in the body. So when you're looking at toxins, this is where we felt that water plays a very, very important role. So apart from water, there are so many other factors also, but water plays a very major contributing factor to how healthy you are. So no matter, let's say that you have a very good diet, you're taking all your vitamins, you're taking all your minerals, but what happens is that if you're not cleaning your body in the right way, then whatever that you're taking in does not help because the body does not absorb it. Okay, I hope this is clear. So epigenetics is basically something that is the trigger factor for diseases in the body, and we feel that this is a very important thing to look into because it is the future, and we are looking at it at the cellular level. So when you're going to the cellular level and making changes, it might take a little longer than usual. All right. So when you go to a doctor, he gives you medicine maybe for pain relief. You will feel that pain relief in the next 15-20 minutes. That is because we are working on the organ level. But when we are looking at the cellular level, it's going to take the body some time to react because it is going to change itself to its original self. Okay, so I'm not sure how many of you want the original self, but the original self is the best self. Our body knows what to do, our body knows how to heal. There is nothing that we need to teach the body. We are such gifted people, and during these corona times, we have seen so many people suffer with so many different ailments. The simple thing that we would like to tell you here is that we'd like to give you more information about water, and then you can decide how important water is in your daily life. Okay, so with regards to water, we all have learned that water covers 70% of the earth, and it is also 1/3 of our body. So when we look at the nature or our self, most of it contains water. Okay, and we fail to realize how important this water is because when we are looking at what are the things water helps with, the first is detoxification. So Dr. Prabhu will definitely go into the detail. I'll just give a simple gist of it. So with regards to detoxification, the water helps clean the body. Okay, now you might say I am already drinking 2.5 liters or 3.5 liters of water every day. Yes, but the important fact is what kind of water are you drinking? Okay, even this is important. So when we were working with epigenetics, we saw that not all water is absorbed by the body. Sometimes 90% of the time the water is still roaming outside your body. So we are actually dehydrated in the cellular level. All right, so whatever that we are speaking today, we are speaking about cells. So each cell, we are talking about each and every cell to be hydrated. So when we are talking about all of that, we felt that terahertz is doing a great job, and definitely I would hand it over to Dr. Prabhu to give more and more information, and I hope that you all benefit from today's talk. Thank you very much. Over to you, Dr. Prabhu.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Akanksha and Angie. And I should be, I feel privileged to thank even George Neo, who is already inside this beautiful journey, giving me an opportunity to share this wonderful information. because at the end of the day, we all need to get information from the right person with the right credibility. Then what happens is you will know that what you're going to practice makes some sense, and then it can help you in an atom level for you to become better than what you are today. So in that way, welcome to all the beautiful guests down here on a Saturday morning. It's amazing with almost 97 people down here. Thank you very much for coming. And I feel that by the end of this sharing, you all will get excited with the information, what I'm going to share, and then utilize this knowledge in your day-to-day life and help other people as well. Okay. Okay. Now, the first question everyone over there should ask yourself is, how healthy are you? Most of us will say, yes, I am very healthy. If you're healthy, then the first statement what I have made, if your body can heal thyself from the external threats and situation like coronavirus, bacteria, that means your body is very healthy. If you're not and you fall sick, that means there is something happening in your body and your body is not able to rectify and fight over the situation and make you healthy. It is not. So that's where you need to look into yourself. Now, many of us will be in the opinion that I just did my blood test and everything is normal, and the doctors do tell us that everything is normal, you're fine. But I would differ from the opinion saying that blood test will not reveal your real health status, because we are not assessing your cellular level. Now, only a doctor who is trained in functional medicine, this is a very new field. You wouldn't have seen this functional medicine in any hospitals. It's only the private wellness centers. We all have functional medicine doctors who get trained in this field and then look into the body at the cellular level dysfunctions and correct what the body needs at that moment. That means if I'm going to check you today, I'm going to check what your body is speaking to me through the testing. I will get the information and then I will try to correct them according to the requirement of your body so that your body gets optimized. Here we are not talking about cure of a disease. We are talking about assisting your body to become better than what it is. So this is where optimization of your body plays a very, very important role. It is not at the organ level. It should be at the cellular level. You need to optimize them. Now, many of you, of course, in today's world, you will be in a crossroad where you do not know. Everybody will come and tell you, take this vitamin, take this water, take this supportive supplements and take this water from this. Everybody wants to be what do you say? Of course, with their good intention, they all want to help you. I do totally salute those, every one of you who are there, who wants to share the information. But what I would say is, you have to decide, sit back and see what is right for you. Let the whole world have the issues, they would have cured themselves. But at the end of the day, what is that you are going to do? How are you going to help your body? Your body is not the same as the other person's body. So look into yourself. This is where the knowledge of information picking up is very, very important. So today, the information what I'm going to share will help you to understand the water so very well that you can move forward. Now, as a human being, we all should be proud that in the animal kingdom, we stand number one. That means we all are above the animal. So how do we supposed to behave ourselves? We should behave in such a manner that we all should together as a human being, be as one human being. Then of course, when the animals down us, they are also dependent on our attitude, our way of behaving, our way of assisting them, so that the whole planet Earth, we all live in peace. Now, this is where as a human being, you need to be humane. Means that feeling of empathy, the feeling of compassion, the feeling of passion to do something good for the mankind as well as the animal kingdom. Everyone should live in peace. Now, this is what you need to. So when today, whoever is attending here, let us all feel that we have an opportunity. The 100 people down here, we all have an opportunity. Let's join together. Let's do something for the universe and move forward with this information of water. Let's move forward. Next. This is another very important picture which you should understand, that we have 4 different stages, which if you can pick this point is very easy for you. Number 1 is a cellular. Number 2, all the cells put together is a tissue which is formed. All the tissues together forms the organ, and all the organs together is formed as a full human body. Now, in allopathy or in our most of the practices, what we do is we see at the organ level, the blood level, and then we start working from there and then giving you treatment. If you look at diabetes, which has been there for almost so many years, maybe 50, 60 years, I still know my grandmother used to, check her urine, the color of the urine, and then take the tablets. That time, the blood monitoring system was not available at the home level. No, they have to go to the hospital. But the urine one, they can check at home. This was, I'm talking 50 years ago. But today we have such a wonderful mechanism of picking up the disease at cellular level. It's not only through bioresonance, there are other mechanisms we can pick up. So now what you need to understand, let's go to the cellular level and then see how we can work at the cellular level, because each cell, a healthy cell, then automatically a whole body becomes a healthy body. Now, I'm going a little more deeper. Now, we have different 9 stages of our, from the cellular level, if you go down, we have the atom. Atom is the first molecule, where we are talking about protons, electrons, and neutrons. And from there, they all join together, form a molecule. From there, they become the macromolecule. Then you get the organelle. That is where your DNA plays a very important role. Then you have the cell. Then from there, you form the tissue. Then your organs. Then all the organs. Then finally, you're a beautiful soul as a beautiful human being. Now, it gives immense happiness to us that, we as a human being, so many factors are working. They're all in coordination, When they are all in coordination, what happens? Their functionality becomes so beautiful. Now, just for a second, just imagine if the heart says, you want to run or climb a stairs, and the heart says, boss, I'm not going to increase the blood supply, and I'm not going to beat a little more faster than what you want. Now, what will happen? You cannot run, because only when your heart beats a little faster than it should be, then it can pump the blood to all the peripheries. Now, in the same way, you are taking the poisons inside, the toxins inside. If the liver says, I'm not going to do any work for you, I'm at rest, I put MC today. Now what will happen? Your toxins cannot be pushed out. Same way, kidneys. But can you believe, without you instructing your body, they are doing everything automatically on their own? Don't you think you need to really sit and say, thank you so much for every cell, every organ in your body, and then be so happy that you're alive today, breathing in and breathing out and listening to this talk, sitting down at home with the technological advancement, with Dr. Prabhu speaking here. What an amazing, beautiful journey we all have. Let's all thank for this moment so very well that let's get in. Okay, fantastic. My humble apology for everyone who have been, the flow was so beautiful. Anyway, it's still okay. Sometimes it does happen. Now, we all should understand that we are all a drop in the ocean, and we begin our journey from a single sperm and ovum, just one, such a small, we don't even know how big it is, but it's a very small one. So when you are only a tiny speck with a perishable, that means this body will perish the moment you die. You leave it outside without doing anything, it perishes, it rottens. This is the kind of body we all have. And with this kind of body, we all feel so proud in this world that I built this building, I have an empire, I have so much of money. No way. Let's all get into that. We are all humble beings. We will move forward. So once you understand that you're a tiny speck, then you start looking much bigger picture. Now what we need to do, my slide is not moving. Okay, now as Akanksha told, every one of you know that we all 70% and 70%, it's still okay. Let's go. Water plays such an important role in our body, because without water, you definitely cannot live on this planet Earth. So you need to have water for you to live your day-to-day life. Now, are you drinking the appropriate amount of water? Number one. That means for your body weight, there is a number of glasses or number of liters you're supposed to drink. So normally it should be around 2.5 to 3 liters of water every day. Now, there is another word I have put, right properties, then the molecular structure. When you're taking this, everything at the balanced right amount, what happens? You're giving an opportunity for your body to do its job. The moment it does its job, it can heal the situation. We are not talking about cure, we are talking about healing the situation. So automatically when the healing happens, automatically the cure should happen to that situation, depending on the severity of your disease. So let's all start with the healing happening at the cellular level. Now, This is another wonderful person, Dr. Emoto from Japan, has done a great research for almost 35, 40 years. Now, he is the first person to even photograph a water molecule and show us that when you speak the right words, I love you, thank you, when you do your prayers, what happens? It forms a beautiful hexagon shape, and that in turn gives the water an ability to, give a lot of positive vibration to your cell level when you start uttering. This is where when you start praying with the, the right words, with the right frequency and with the right rhythm, when you do your prayers, your body cells also absorb those vibration of frequency of the words, and then automatically it starts functioning and emits that kind of positive vibration so that you get the benefit. For example, if you go on saying I love you to yourself and then to the people around you, there's a lot of love vibration created from you. Automatically what happens when you create a love vibration to from yourself, then from outside people, when they see you also, you feel very comfortable, very affectionate, very loving, very all this will happen. What you give is what you get back. If you're a very angry person, let me tell you, the anger automatically changes the water molecular structure. Can you see here? I will kill you, you're a fool, the heavy metals, the music, especially the rock music and all, definitely it destroys the cellular integrity. You can call it as a coherence of the cells. It gets destroyed. Once it gets destroyed, definitely for you to bring it back, you need to start giving all the good vibration. So water plays such a important. Now the most beautiful part of this water is it has a memory. For example, if I'm going to test water, I'm going to tell the water the name Angie, Angie, Angie 3 times. Okay, I say to the water. Now what I do, I pack the water and send it to Japan. And in Japan, they can actually click a photograph like what you're seeing here. And can you believe the photo of Angie or something like her can be seen in the water molecule wherein it looks like Angie. Can you believe? Now for example, if I had not seen Angie at all, but I just use the word Angie, good enough, the water picks up that particular vibration of Angie whom I am thinking and talking about. So the water picks up the molecule memory. So once it has a memory, it all depends on how you are going to keep a good memory of good things in life. If you all are going to go on thinking only the negative, what happened, something bad happened, you go on thinking about it, you're creating a storage of all the unfavorable situation for you. What will happen? It will emit that kind of vibration back to you, and you will start feeling the same situation in life. That's where many of us are stuck in our life. We are not able to move forward. Why? Because our thought patterns, you just sit and then go on thinking of all the unfavorable situations of life and thinking bad about or thinking unfavorable about a particular person. Automatically your water gets changed. What you need to do now from today onwards, stop thinking anything unfavorable to yourself, to the others as well. Send in a lot of positive, send in a lot of good things to them, send the vibration. Automatically the memory inside your cell, which is around 50 trillion cells are there, every water molecule inside your body, let it change. You be a change, at least by 2021 January 1st. Let's all become a beautiful being so that we become giving. We don't take anything from anybody, we give. Let's give all the love and compassion to this universe. Now, as you all know, water plays such an important function. So okay, what are the functions? Very important. It carries all the nutrients, oxygen, all important ingredients inside to your cell. Now the cell will decide what to do with those, whether to convert it into energy or whether to convert it into fat and then put it back in your stomach or wherever it needs to, or put inside your blood vessels. You get the blockage, right? What happens? The cell will decide what to do. Can you believe you don't instruct the cell what to do? They do the job. So beautiful. Then what happens? It absorbs all the vitamins, minerals, amino acid, glucose, all what is necessary. Now, for example, if you're going to consume a poison, what happens? Your body, if it can throw it out, it will throw it out. If it cannot throw it out, what happens? For example, if you're going to drink a pesticide poisoning, want to commit suicide, someone takes in, what happens? You're taking more of a poison, so your body is not able to do anything. What happens? Everything changes and the person will definitely die, because The cells cannot take up the poison. It is too much actually. But if you're taking a little poison, little, which you don't even know that you're taking it. For example, your vegetables, you don't wash properly, but you're cooking it and then consuming it. What happens? Those little poison, over a period of time, 10, 15 years, suddenly you will feel that you're having some disease. Now, what happens? Your cell has been trying to throw the unfavorable the toxins outside, but cannot do. So it starts collecting inside your body. That in turn manifests as a disease. So this is where water plays such an important role, so that it flushes your toxins. Such of you people down there who have been drinking this terahertz water, you would have noticed that, especially the first week of you're drinking this terahertz water, your urine probably would have been smelling a lot, turbid in nature. Your poop also would have been a little bit smelly, and then all the color things would have come. Why? Because your body is trying to throw all the toxin, and water is helping you that. Now, very important. Now, wherever you go, can you see people holding like a gun, checking your temperature? Now, this has become a norm everywhere, and it's actually, I feel very odd, every time these guys will bring the focus and then say 32.3. And can you believe somewhere, some people have the measurement as 32 point. From where 32? That means that the instrument is not working properly. But still, they will keep it there because it's a SOP. What to do? So here, water plays such an important role for you to regulate your temperature. So especially when you're having fever, if you can drink the right amount of water, your fever comes down. You don't need to take paracetamol. This, if you want, you can just give it a try. You just take terahertz water and drink when you're having fever. It will start slowly coming down, unless there is an infection inside. Okay. Now, other functions wherein is moisten your eyes, your nose, lubricates your joints, and helps in your digestion. All these are all beautiful functions which has been doing right from birth until you die. The body is doing, but the body requires the amount of water so that it can do the right job. Now, we go a little more deeper because I'm talking about cellular. Now, hydration is so crucial in the body function that your cell has the most amount of water, and it requires the most amount of water. Now, many of us would have seen the cell doesn't take the required amount of water because the water molecular structure is quite big. So it doesn't go inside. Now, imagine 50 trillion cells in your body, and the body, if, for example, 100 cells are not working properly with proper water going inside, you think they will call up and tell you, sir, you are not drinking water, please drink little more water? No, they are not going to. But you will feel thirsty. Now, what happens is, when you feel thirsty, but you're driving the car, and in your car you don't have water, what you will do? You will wait until you go to the next station for you to pick the water to drink. But by the time, there are some cells which require water immediately. Now, what happens? You have not given the water to them, then automatically the cell starts dying there. Now, when the cell starts dying, there needs to be a regeneration of a new cell. For regeneration of a new cell, you need to have the appropriate mechanism wherein the cell duplicates, right? But already this cell is dying because the water has not gone inside. But here at the cellular level, if you see, if you can bring the right amount of, with the right properties, with the right molecular structure, it goes inside very beautifully. Now, that's where terahertz has taken one step further compared to the other whatever waters we all have, by making it more easier for the water to go inside. So you all should understand that your water drinking, your cells should be hydrated. Very important. This is where we take a drop of blood and show you the RBCs, jumping around after drinking 15 minutes of water. You can see the cells because they get hydrated. It's beautiful, isn't it? Now, in my case, if you look at, it took almost a month for me to see my whole cells separately and hydrated. It took some time. The same way for you also, it is not like a magic, you drink water and you see the thing. Yes, it's very nice to see, but it takes a long time for you to, very well hydrate. Next, this one, just for information, you all should understand there is a gateway at the cellular level. That means the gate has to open up so that the water should go inside. Now, this is called Aquaporin. Now, this Aquaporin, of course, was discovered by two guys. One is Peter Agre in 1992, but only thing, they got the Nobel Prize for this particular invention in 2003. Now, there are two mechanisms you should understand the water goes inside your cell. Number one is through the Aquaporin. Number two, can you see on the right side, there's a blue color. It goes through diffusion. That means when situation comes in this side, it's blocked, little bit of water definitely has to go inside through diffusion, you know. That is another mechanism, but it is a very slow movement. It will go inside. So you see, imagine your body is so beautiful. God has created one gets blocked. No problem. There's another second. You know, there's always an alternative for us. It's like, you know, having a spare wheel in your car. Something like that God has created where the water diffuses inside. Now, aquaporin, if by chance the water molecule, like what the terahertz water does is, it makes it so small that it just goes inside your cell so easily that the cell is very happy. Okay, now in that water molecule, if there are vitamin, minerals, whatever is there inside, the cell says, okay, come on, take it up. So it will take up whatever it requires, and then whatever unwanted thing, it will start throwing it out. Now, just for general information, number one, on the left side, you see there are different types of water which is available as of today. Number one, the most polluted, as you all know, the tap water. What we get, if you can see in Malaysia, we get like tetare, you know, the totally brown color. In fact, I have put 2 filters in my home. In spite of those 2 filters, my inside water filter also will be a little bit brown color within 1 week. Now that's the amount of pollution, that's the amount of iron content, you know, rusted your pipes. That's the water you're getting. So very important for every one of you there is, please invest some money and put a good filter outside. You may have a house of 200,000, but let me tell you, invest at least 1,500 to 2,000 ringgits, buy a good one, good quality filtration system, which you have to put outside. That's number one. Number two, buy another filtration system, put it inside your house, so that when you're getting a water, I will tell you about the properties, very important in the next one. So the second water is a spring water, then you have the well water. How many of you all have a well in your home today? Not many of us. Those days, of course, we all had a well. We used to take water and then drink, and then we used to use the water for various other uses. But today, no, every house, only tap water comes in. Oasis, it's automatically water coming out. Then ionized water. Now, many of you for the past 10 years, I think the ionized water did a big name in the market. People are selling left and right, talking about the good qualities of the water and the benefits of water, especially in the healthy, because what they were talking is, oh, your body is acidic, so you drink alkaline water, then automatically you need to your body will be able to heal disease. Yes, of course, there are a lot of people who would have been benefited by drinking the ionized water. But if you look at the real picture, those days, you tell me, for thousands of years, did we have an ionized water? No, we didn't drink ionized water. We were drinking the natural water. You think the river water was ionized water? No, it was a natural water. That means it should have the H2O. Even today, if you see, there are a lot of other new things have come after the ionized water. Now people are talking about hydrogen water, and people are talking about oxygen water. Can you believe oxygen is such a volatile gas? The moment you leave it out, it will just evaporate. It will just dissolve in the air. Now these guys are talking about oxygen water. From where the oxygen is going to stick inside the water molecule and be there, is it? I don't understand, but people are selling. So there are a lot of things. So what you need to understand, have the information rightly and think a little bit, common sense, which is very, very important for you. Understand the reality. Do not get emotionally involved with people's good things. They will talk 101, but you be clear in what. So for that, you need to have good information, pick the information, and then you implement it in your journey of life. Of course, distilled water is available, river water, reverse osmosis. Of course, reverse osmosis is quite famous everywhere. But reverse osmosis, they say, of course, it's a totally no minerals is given. It's only a totally zero TDS water, which is also not good for us. But finally, we have something called structured water, which has been there for in the market almost 15-20 years. People are talking about structured water. I think first I heard was sometime in 1985 about structured water. But today, of course, a lot of people are talking, but still people are not aware of structured. So terahertz is something like a structured water. What is structured water is, that means all in an alignment. You know, if it is all in coherent, that means they all work together. It becomes easy for your body to assimilate and do the bodily function. Now we go into the what is an ideal water. So for such of those, you're all down there, let us look into how drinking water has to be. Number one, your pH. If you all can invest in buying a pH meter, which will cost you only 20 to 25 ringgits, just buy one, check your pH, how much is it. It should be between 7.4 to 8 or 8.5. It's still okay. Number two, the total dissolved solvents, TDS we call it. If it is between 50 to 200, it's very good for you. Good enough. That means your water is drinkable, potable for you. But WHO says up to 500 also we accept, but I would say don't go with too many dissolvent, especially the tap water. A lot of poisonous things are there. Do not drink. Take a filtered water. It's always better. Then coming to the ORP. ORP is basically the oxygen being donated by the your water molecule, so that if there is a lot of oxygen, like what you oxidation, like what you see in an apple where you cut, there is a lot of oxidation, the brown color, right? Now, if you want an antioxidant property, if you have a water like our THZ water, you spray on the apple and see the time duration it takes to oxidize will be slower. That means it's protecting the apple from getting oxidized. So that is the second thing wherein, but most of us, let's tell you, your ORP, if it is minus 100 to 200 is good enough for you. If you can get that kind of water is good enough. But if you don't get, you just get a normal water where a ORP is 0 or plus 50 is still okay. You can drink that water. It's not a problem. But if you're talking about highly acidic water wherein your ORP is around plus 300, 400 or 500, not good for you. Like if you're talking about Coca-Cola and Pepsi and all, their acidity level is very, very high. So the more you drink, the more acidic situation, the more inflammation will happen. It's very simple common sense, you know. You put acid on something, what will happen? It will start fuming and then burning out. The same way when you're drinking water, of course, you don't feel the burning. But what will happen is slowly over a period of time, your body will start becoming acidic and then start showing you the symptoms of diseases, arthritis, knee joint pain. Your uric acid very high, automatically you will get gout-like situation. Now, this is where you should be very, very careful. Next, your water should be free from bacteria, viruses, and parasites. So that's where the your ultraviolet rays technology has come in your filter, wherein they kill all the bacteria. It's good for you, fantastic. And also should not contain any heavy metals, chemicals, and pesticides in your water. Now, this is where you need to invest in a good filter so that you get a clean water for you to drink. Now, preferably where you can store the water. One of the best I have seen is use a clay mud pot or a clay pot, store the water in it. It's very natural, very cooling also. Unlike you keep it in the fridge and drink is not at all a good advice for you, because drinking such a cold water is not at all good for your body. Number two, glass containers is amazing. When you keep a water in the glass container, for example, you're going to say, I love you to the water 9 times. Try this out. Tell 9 times and leave the water in the glass. It stays like that, you know. That means the positivity of that water will stay there. So when you drink that water also will have a good benefit. That's why if you see now in the market, you can see a lot of glass items are coming back. You know, you see even the water kettle jug, now it's with glass, you know. Last time, of course, it was with plastic things, but today you can see the glass kettles are available. Why? Because it doesn't change the structure of the water molecule. That's the reason. So glass containers. Then comes ceramic is also another very good container you can store. Copper containers are very good, and food grade plastics, very, very good for you to store the water. But as far as possible, do not store the water in plastic containers without a food grade. It will be, of course, it will change the molecular structure. So just look into it. Now, coming back to the water, dehydration is something wherein your hydration is not good enough. That means your water drinking is not sufficient. But you will tell, doctor, I am drinking sufficient amount of water. But you should understand, it doesn't go inside your cell. This is what you see in the picture there. On the right side, you see the cell dehydrated, whereas on the left side, what you see is a fully hydrated. This is what when you pick up a drop of blood and then we show you on the screen there, in the terahertz groups where you go for a testing, you can see the cell gets hydrated. Now what happens? Only 2% of the water loss, 2% only, your body, you will start feeling thirsty. Now, when you start feeling thirsty, it's better you drink water. So what happens? You need to drink water when you feel thirsty. But most of the time, because we are either in an aircon atmosphere, you will never feel thirsty. Now, other than that, you may not have the water with you, or you may have the water, but you're not drinking it. But from today onwards, make it a point, have minimum of 2 to 2.5 liters of water bottle, and see to that you finish it every day by the time you go back to your bed. Make it a habit. Now, many a times the cellular dehydration goes unknown because your cell doesn't talk to you and tell you what you are having a problem. No, it will do its job, try to tell you, hey, please drink a little more water, but we don't listen to it because we are so busy with our work. Now, when the cellular dehydration, it affects your metabolism, that means you may feel a little uneasy, irritable. Very important, huh? You may feel a little irritable if your water content in your body is less. Then sometimes you feel delirious, means little confused. You can't make a proper decision on that at that moment of life. Of course, you're working on a computer, you will be seeing everything. So, but suddenly you will feel, because of the dehydration, you may not be able to get into a solution of proper suggestion down there on the situation for you on the computer. So that means you need to drink water. Other than that, it affects your DNA as well. This is something very, very important. Don't tell me that you don't want to drink water, because by drinking, especially I want to give this information to the youngsters, such of those who all want to get married and produce children. Please, you have to drink sufficient amount of water, because your DNA will read all the wrong information from the toxic elements, chemicals inside your cellular level, wherein at the tissue level it will send the wrong signals. Then the DNA thinks, okay, this is what is I'm supposed to do. It will start producing the disease situation, wherein later on you may not be able to have a child. You may have diabetes, there are thousands of diseases. Let me not go into the diseases. Now, what are you going to do? It's just because you didn't drink sufficient amount of water that you are going to face all these small situations. Now, let us not get into that. So youngsters, drink sufficient amount of water and be hydrated, so that give a good generation. The future is in your hands. Let's give all a good future, so that let our children be healthy without congenital diseases and other situations. Let's all work towards it. Now, other than that, there are many diseases which I don't want to get into, but here you would have seen people are drinking terahertz water. They say, hey, I'm getting well, my diabetes has come down, my pressure has come down, my thyroid problem. Yes. How come? It's because your body was waiting, all the while. Hello, sir, please give me a little water, I will do my job. It's like a servant asking you. Now, today, let's start working towards hydration, wherein it plays a very important role in making you a healthy person. Now, this is a very important organ. Most of us, I wouldn't know whether you all look into the healthy situation of your kidneys or not. How many of you all talk to your kidneys and say, hello, how are you healthy, do you need any assistance? No, I don't think so. But in Malaysia, let me tell you, I see in the past 20 years, I am seeing more number of dialysis centers coming up. Now, why is it? Because there are so many kidney failure patients. Now, you think kidney failure patients, what the doctors are going to do? Yes, your creatinine level is high, your urea level is very high. So they will wait until you say your kidneys cannot function, means they cannot produce urine. Then what they will do? There must be an external support, right? That is where dialysis comes in. Now, what they do dialysis, they will make a shunt in your hand, and then when you go there, they will prick down there, take out the blood, clean it up, and put it back. So what happens? Every alternate days, weekly 3 times, minimum, you have to go to the dialysis. Now, how many of you are ready to do that? You know how painful it is to go to the dialysis center every alternate day, get your blood clean, and you will be so dead tired. You come back, you will feel like sleeping only. Now imagine you are an youngster, you're working, you're a managing director of a company, you need to run the company. You think you'll be so happy having a kidney failure with the dialysis going and coming back? No. Now, why all this happened? Because our water content has been polluted so much. We didn't drink the right amount of water, and we didn't take the right properties. We have not been drinking water. Of course, I'm not talking about diseases which is hereditary, where there are so many other problems wherein your kidney fails. That is different. But here, basically, you need to take care of your kidneys. Why? Because kidney does the throwing of all the poison from your body. Once the liver picks it up, it will send it to the kidney. The liver has to throw your kidney has to throw the things out. Other than that, it maintains a water balance. For example, if you're not going to drink water, have you ever seen many times your urine will be very concentrated? That means normally you'll pass more urine, but that time you'll pass less urine, and it will be yellowish in color, and sometimes you may feel a little bit of burning sensation. Have you ever all felt that? Now what your body is doing is, because you have not drank water, the body will stop water going outside. It will take back the water and give it back to your body. Now how long you think your body is going to do this kind of favor for you by balancing your water balance? No way. At one point it says, sorry boss, I cannot work, I'm going to fail. Now once it fails, you cannot pass it. So do not go into a stage where your kidney fails. First of all, you should never fail in any of your organs. All your organs should be optimally working, so that you have to be healthy. For that, you have to work for it. It's not free. You can go work and earn millions of dollars, but ultimately, let me tell you, who is going to donate one kidney for you? Nobody. Even if you have $1 million, you give the money also, people won't donate you. And with COVID like situation today, you think it's easy for you to get a kidney? No way. So let's look into much more detail, be responsible, start working on it. Now, the third function of your kidney, endocrine balance of, very, very important, your hormonal balance, your kidney does. Now, imagine if your kidney fails, these all the four function will be out, When all the four function are out, you think the doctors can give you vitamin D3? Yes, we can give you. But you think we can go and make your hormonal balance? No, we are not going to do that. There will be a lot of problem because of that. Now, first of all, when your kidney fails, what we will tell you is don't drink water. This is the first thing we will tell you. Why? Because already kidney is a problem, but your body needs water. Now, how your body is going to work without water? Have you ever thought of it? It's such a dangerous situation. You will drink only 500 ml of water. Now, is that good enough for your body to clean all the toxins? No. Do not go into that stage of failure. Please, kidney plays a very important role. Please drink good amount of water. Take care of your kidneys. Very, very important. Now coming to this beautiful technology, this is a new technology, of course, but this technology has been there for a very long time. It's been used in various other, but here we have a device which can resonate the water, which uses a terahertz technology. It's amazing. It's the first in the world, and there are no information out there where there are machines which are doing the same job. So we have something wherein the terahertz company has brought this device to us in Malaysia, is the first country, and from here probably it will be sent to the other parts of the world. So you and I who live in Singapore and Malaysia, we are so blessed that we are having something which is given at your doorstep. You don't need to run around to go and get it from, like other countries, we need to export it. In fact, even to send it to India and US, I spent almost 600 Malaysian ringgits to courier it, But for you and me, we don't pay a single cent. We just pay for the device, pick it up, and then start using it. Now, there are many ways of our terahertz technology is being used, and because it's a low frequency, it's an advantage. When you look at your mobile phones, TV towers, television, they are all high frequency. So that means if there is a high frequency situation around you, there are a lot of cellular damage. But if there is a low frequency around you, it's good for you. That is where when you go to a waterfall, take a shower under the waterfall, the frequency of the water molecules there is very low. And that is when you get energized, and when you come back, you feel so nice that your cells also starts working very beautiful. Now, these are all naturally ways of doing things, but today we have a mechanism where our terahertz resonator can do this wonderful job. Now, what you can do is you can use this terahertz technology for any water-based solutions. It can be anything. It can be right from water to your shampoo, you name it, it can be. Other than that, juices are, you can terahertz your juices, you can terahertz your oil. We can do all this and change the molecular structure into a much more coherent, so that the function of it becomes better. Now, let's go into the properties. Very important. All the while, most of us know that if you're going to drink a filtered water, the clusters, joining together will be minimum 15 to 20 molecules. So imagine if in the Aquaporin, the gate, you need the water to enter. These guys, 15 to 20 guys, want to go inside. You think the guys can go inside? No way. That is when most of us will be dehydrated, and you would have seen that with the blood tester, whenever you see, most of the time, very rarely, if I check 100 people, 1 or 2 people will have good cellular hydration, but the remaining all clustered together, why? because the water we drink doesn't go inside your cell. Now, this is where our terahertz device, what it does is it emits a 0.96 terahertz. This is a the water molecule breaks down into smaller, the width of it is only 2 nanometers. That means it's so small that the aquaporin is also at the same level, so the water goes inside. But there is something very important is everything has a frequency. Now, the frequency of the water after terahertzing, when you expose to the terahertz device, the frequency of the water is around 7.6. It's good enough. Your cells definitely will be able to pick it up because the linear technology, the straight line technology is something which your body is looking at, and then your water can go inside. Now, one of the most beautiful, what I notice in our terahertz technology, there are 10 points which I wish to share down here. When you are using a low frequency resonated water is, number one, it's an antibacterial. Most of you would know that E. coli, diarrhea, stomach pain, all these are all caused by this one bacteria called E. coli. Most of us in our intestine will have this. Now, this is where our digestion doesn't take place properly, and these E. coli will be so happy, they are, but they wouldn't give major problem for you because only minor problem. So you also don't, you will ignore it. But when you drink a low frequency resonated water, 89% of your E. coli is killed. That means what is bad is killed, but what is good is retained. Can you believe this? Your body is intelligent. You don't need to go and tell your body which has to be taken, which has to be thrown out. Your body is intelligent. So if you're talking about good bacteria in your body, definitely they are happy drinking this water. They will be happy that they are able to reproduce and then help your body to maintain the balance of your gut bacteria. There are thousands of bacteria inside your gut. Now, antibacterial. Then we have the antiviral effect of it. Then we have the antifungal, which is almost 79%. It has been clinically proven, and the company has given all this data to me, to us. So look into it. 79% is good enough. All the fungal infection will be thrown out. We have an antioxidant effect also, wherein when you drink this water regularly, what happens is you're anti-aging. That means you wouldn't go into a aging much more earlier. I think Dr. Gunn, if he's down here, he has been talking about the telomere inside your cell, which when you drink this water, it starts elongating. When it starts elongating, that means your life of your is prolonged. So that is one of the anti-aging effect which when you drink this low frequency water, you will get the benefit. Other than that, it has an anti-radiation. That means when you drink this water, when you're exposed outside to the radiation, it protects you from the radiation directly affecting you. Thereby, your cells are protected. Now, all these we need to see how it will be effective only in the future, because we do not have any clinical data as to after drinking the water how much of radiation has come down. We do not know on human beings. Of course, these are all in the laboratory. They have tested and they are given us the information. Now, the other very important, low viscosity is another very important, is minus 620, and it's almost minus 680. It goes up to 680 viscosity, which makes your cell much more easier to, it is like sliding in. The higher the viscosity, the better for the cells too. I think you all would have seen in the blood test, after drinking the water, you can see the cells, moving very fast. Why does that happen? Because the low viscosity helps the cells to move forward, number one. Number two, when you have a high energy around the cell, they both, two cells cannot attract together. What happens? They will repel and they will start moving in separately. So what happens? Everybody will be in that high energy. They will start moving very fast. Now, very important is when you terahertz low frequency resonance to the water, the angulation of the water molecule, which is increased by 5 degrees, what happens when the 5 degrees is opened up, the hardness of water is reduced. Very important. In hard water, when you use a soap, the soap will never lather at all. But if it is a soft water, when you put a little soap, there will be so much of lather. See, what you can do is put a little bit of terahertz water and take a little soap and then try to rub it up. You will see a lot of lather coming in. Why? Because the angulation of the water is increased, and thereby it reduces hardness of water. which is very important. So the water becomes soft, so it gets absorbed much more easily. Now, other than that, what happens when your angulation is open up, your water carries all the minerals, everything so beautifully. Your absorption of minerals and vitamins and other important nutrients is much, much better. Now, other than that, this low frequency of water will have a very, very high density, which is very important for the water properties. Now, other than that, the water is 3 times much more absorbable capacity, thereby your BMR will increase. If your BMR increases, what happens? Your automatically cellular function becomes much, much better. Okay. Now, other than that, it helps you in basically at the GI, your gut level, and then of course it prevents all the pollutants coming inside. All these, there are beautiful lot more benefits which I can go on talking to you, but today is almost 30 minutes I have gone in there. I have still more, a few more slides. Now, the reason why we need, when we resonate the water, what happens? These are all some important, this one I want to share. Our cells, very important, it resonates between 0.3 to 13 hertz. Your brain resonates between 0.3 to 30 hertz. And when your water molecule is the smaller size, it's much more easier for the cell to, communication. So this is what they have done a lot of research out there. Scientists have seen that, cell to cell, they can speak together, two cells where they are hydrated very well with the low resonated water, they both speak together. Anything, any help you want, so one cell will help the other cell. So it's beautiful communication happens when you are drinking a low frequency water. And the most beautiful, it removes all the harmful chemicals and magnetic radiation which you are exposed to. And very important, it can rewrite your messages, what the like your phone, your high frequency messages, it will all give the wrong information to the DNA, right? Now this water goes in and says, sorry DNA, this is not the right information, I'm going to change it. So what happens? The cell will go and say, this is the right frequency, this is the message you need to take, and it will it will convey the message to the DNA. And the DNA feels so happy that, wow, at least now I got the right information. So it will pick the right information and it will start doing its job. Now this is such a beautiful way of helping your body at the cellular level by drinking the right water. Now, other than that, of course, when you resonate the water, the oil, especially 20% of your cooking is saved. That means you fry maybe a chicken or water fish or anything in the resonated oil, it will reduce by 20%. This I have experienced in my home because my wife was telling me that when she fried the whatever the fries, she said the oil is not at all sticking into the thing, so it is more crispy. So this is very beautiful benefit. So such of you those are having the unit, please do terahertz. At least 3 times you need to terahertz the oil. It takes a little longer, but do it 3 times, it will benefit you. Other than that, when you drink a resonated water, all the good bacteria, I did tell you before, right? All the good bacteria definitely will be happy there. Now, I want to share one very important information to all of you down there, is because 2 days ago, there was one particular person who has been telling that when you drink this water, it is only for the patients and the sick people who are supposed to drink, and it will kill all the good bacteria and good things in life. I'm sorry to say, sorry, this is not. It's a wrong information. Very important is your body is intelligent. This human being who has been giving this information, let me tell you, he didn't use his brain, he didn't use his common sense, he didn't go and look into it. Will this do the job? Very important. Our body, even if you give a poison, it knows whether to take it or throw it out. Only thing is, if you're putting too much of poison, our body cannot do anything. There, I also cannot help you. So you need to reduce the load of poison what you are taking. Be it your food, be it your chicken, be it your mutton, whatever you're talking, please reduce the amount of toxins going inside. So that's why terahertz is so beautiful. What? Clean your vegetables, clean your non-vegetarian. When you cook it, definitely all the unwanted toxic to an extent we can save. At least let us look into maybe in the next 5 years down the line, maybe when a lot of people are drinking this water, we all will become so healthy that it's good that we don't get any diseases. It's good. But out of the people who have been drinking the resonated water and still they get a disease, probably the poison inside is so much that the body also cannot do anything, that they get into a disease. So those things cannot help. But let's all look into whatever situation, the goodness is there. Let's look into the goodness and then start moving forward, and then utilize the information what we are all sharing. You also go and read more about it. If you all have any good information, do share with me. From there we will start moving forward. So cellular hydration can be seen only by a live blood analysis. But for those who don't have a machine, don't worry. When you drink the water, take a selfie of your photograph of your face, drink the water for 1 week, and then once again click a photograph and see your face will look so brighter. You look, the glowing will be there. There are a lot of other ways we can look at how we look at when we are looking at drinking this particular water. So there are beautiful methods for you to see, and this cellular hydration is one of the very, very important, easy, where you can see and then look into the benefits of by drinking this water. I've been using it for my plants. They are all I don't pour the water to the plants. I only spray the water to the plants is good enough. And in fact, yesterday I had one particular person, he came in and he showed his baldy. He was around 67 years old. He showed his baldy then because I gave him the THZ water to drink. And then he was telling, doctor, can you see some hair is growing? I said, yeah, fantastic. It's good. So then he was asking me whether THZ is the one which is, I said, yeah, definitely. Because simultaneously he has been consuming a little bit of protein, soya drink. He says, I've been drinking a high quality. So he was asking whether the soya benefited or the THZ, but I showed him with an experiment that THZ is the one which is helping him to grow his hair. So like that, there are a lot of good benefits we are able to achieve by drinking resonated water. So this is something amazing. We all need to look into and share this beautiful information. But at the end of the day, we all need to have a very, very balanced. Now you go to a shop, the person will have a balancing apparatus wherein you will ask for 1 kg of vegetable. So he will put 1 kg the weight on one side, and then on the other side he will give you the vegetable. So if you say 1 kg, it has to be kg, right? Now just imagine, it's only a situation I'm giving you. He gives you less of vegetable. That means the balance is little up. What you will say, hello, it's not balanced, you better give me a little more. But we human beings are so happy when the weight goes down a little more, we are happy because we are getting extra. But in the same way, when your body also, you need to have a balanced situation, so that be it water drinking, be it a food habit, be it your thinking, it can be anything, it should be balanced. That is when your bodily function also can be balanced. Very, very, you cannot overdo things. That means you cannot drink a lot of THZ water also. Definitely not 5 liters per day, 4 liters. No, you go into according to what your body needs, look into it. And if you're drinking more, your body will tell you, boss, don't drink more, because it will show you some symptoms where you feel that you're drinking more water. Those things as a doctor I can share. When you see me personally, I will give you all the clues as to how to recognize if you are overhydrated. Because when you are overhydrated, definitely your kidney feels the heaviness. Kidney doesn't want too much of water also, and then it has to go on throwing it out in the form of urine. It cannot. So you need to be a little more balanced in that. Now finally, what I wish to tell you is very important, taking home message for you all. THZ resonated water is doing a good job for every one of us. It's doing a good job. But only thing is, if people with multiple diseases and they are having a lot of complication, they need to be a little more, what I would say, a little cautious in taking a little water first and then start moving in, so that your body needs to get adapted. So start with 500 ml, then increase it to 1000, then maybe go maximum up to 2000 is good enough for you in the initial stages, until, like for example, in my case, I'm drinking almost 3 liters of water, no issues. My body is totally accommodated. Same way, you need to see what your body tells you, work on it. Now THZ is going to be the future. Definitely there will be a lot of companies out there which will come out with the THZ technology, maybe easier technology where you just pass the water and then it becomes, it may come, but for today this is the only instrument we have. Let's look into it. Very important, know yourself first. Look in how your body is working for you. Just for 1 second, close your eyes and see how your heart is beating automatically, how your kidney is functioning automatically. You drink water and then you cannot tell the kidney, hello, please open up, and then I want to pass urine. Cannot, isn't it? You cannot even control your own body system. This is the truth of life. But what we feel, the whole world is under our hands. You have the money, you feel you have everything. No, you cannot control your urine, you can stop your breath, you cannot stop your heart. This is your own body, you cannot do it. So when that is the situation, why do we act so smart? We don't need to. Let's all become humble, join hands together. It's a teamwork. We all need to work together. So you need to give more information, and I am here to give you all the information. Every week will be different. I'm going to give you more information. You also read, take the important, take it to the society, let the people know that there is something so good available. Share it with a lot of compassion, love, and positivity within you, that everybody looks into it and then they start becoming healthier. Our aim, become healthier. It is not selling terahertz unit. It is not the device. We want everyone to become healthier. So what you need to do, stop looking at cures for the disease. For those people who are all having already existing disease, do not look at the cures, but think that you're going to assist your body to heal itself. If by chance the body heals and then you cure of a disease, very good, fantastic, say thank you to the water, why not? But the first instance only, do not look at, okay, if I drink this water, what benefit will I get? No. It is you who have to try the water, see how your body reacts to it, how your body responds. I won't even say react, respond to it. So go at a slow pace. Things will be much more easier. Take responsibility, and you have to work from the ground level. For example, you are going to buy the terahertz machine. Look into the company, go down, look into the company. Where is the company located? What is the information? How beautiful is the company? Get an interaction with them. In this, I want to give you an example. You're buying a Honda car. You think you will go and ask a Toyota company, how is my car? No, right? You will go back to the Honda company and tell him, if you have any problem, you have any questions, you will ask them. Same way, when you buy a particular instrument from a particular company, it's you who have to take the responsibility, get more information. That is when the company also loves to give you all the information. Go and get it. Stop blaming others for your deficiency, and have a very balanced lifestyle. Do not expect too much, and do not give too much also. It doesn't work that way. At the end of the day, you have to stop. You have to, ABC of life is very important. What is ABC? Very simple. Always be careful. That's it. People can give you all the information, but you see what you need to do. So this is where you need to have a very important information within you, so that it makes things easy for you. Now, do not trust the Google doctor totally. There are a lot of information out there, is not at all correct. Of course, anybody can post down there, so you have to be very careful. And everything is not a gospel truth. And do not trust every person coming and talking to you also, especially if you don't know the person. Just wait, get back, get more information about whatever product they are talking about, the particular situation. They may tell you this is the best. This, do not, you go back one step behind. Always, it's, I would say, when a given situation, take one step behind, analyze it. If you feel it's good, you should have a gut feeling it's good, then move forward, get more information, work for the ground level, get more information, and then only you start looking into it. Other than that, do not overhydrate yourself, especially pacemakers. I would say a little bit be cautious, because it may, that is what they say, it may disrupt, because this is a high energy water. You need to be a little careful. But I feel you can start off with a lower dose of 100 ml, 200 ml, or 500 ml, mix with normal water, drink it up. Because I did have one particular person who did share it with me, is for 1 month this particular person was having a pacemaker and has been drinking terahertz water. He never had any problem, but suddenly someone told that pacemaker they are not supposed to. From the day he stopped drinking the water. But now for 1 month, what happened? Nothing happened, right? He was drinking the water. Like that, what happens is you all need to look into it. And by drinking water in this world, nobody has died because of drinking water. So in that way, drinking right water will be always good for you. And people with multiple diseases, just be a little cautious, go with a lower dose and then start increasing it. Look at what your body speaks to you. Simple. People having the reverse osmosis filtration system, if you can add on the minerals and trace elements into your water, will be good enough. Do not drink reverse osmosis, just that water, for a very long time. It's not at all good for you, because plain water without any minerals is not at all good for you. So you need to add a little bit of minerals to you. And last but not the least, very important, if you terahertz water directly from the tap with all the poison inside, the terahertz will break down all the molecules, and when you drink that water, you are putting in the poison into you. So please be careful what water you have, what filtration system here is very important. So go look back. You should have a good, so terahertz is not a problem. Terahertz is only a device. It's you who have to look into the right kind of water to terahertz it. If you are doing it for a poison, definitely it will be a poison only, and you drink it, definitely it will be a not a very favorable situation for you. So with this, from my side as a doctor, of course, we do not claim or proclaim any medical cures by drinking the THZ water, because the medical fraternity out there, definitely they are looking at what we are talking. So let's not unnecessarily give a lot of hopes to people saying this disease will be cured, that disease will be cured. So you also read more about terahertz technology and upgrade yourself. And with this, I think it's almost 50 minutes of amazing 100 people sitting and listening to this wonderful information from my side. I hope I've given all of you the important information. Until I see you the next week, I think, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I love you all. Be safe, be smart, and carry on with your journey. Next week, I'll see you back.